What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Tap In Podcast. This is your host, Hutch, and with me, as always, are my co-hosts, Julius and Mateo. Say what's up, fellas.
Hello.
What's up?
Now, we're going to hop right into it with probably the best match of the season so far, or one of them.
Probably up there.
Arsenal got
versus
points.
Man,
Let's go. Come on, guys. Come on. That's
God.
amazing.
yes,
By the way, you
yes.
know things are grim when a Man City fan and a lifetime hater of Man United is elated with them winning a game. I mean, that's how absolutely deluded and insane the Arsenal fan base has been, that it makes me just want to see them bottle it just one more time. Even if next
100%.
season it means to get the quintuple, whatever it is. I don't care, man. I want to see them do it one more time. And this game was that. It was
delivered.
awesome. It is probably my favorite game of the season so far.
Okay.
It was up there because
the stakes were higher
the stakes
than anything
were
that we've
higher.
seen this far.
Yeah. And it's just like it came from an unexpected place.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes
You
even
know?
your worst enemy can do you a favor.
And
Yeah.
an enemy is a friend, right?
That's why I said
Was that
when I
Machiavelli or something?
I texted earlier. I'm sorry, Julius. But Man United scored.
No, you were fine. I've had a bad habit of going on nature walks on Sundays.
Yeah.
And then either listening to the game as I'm walking, or I'm like watching while like I'm not trying to get eaten by an alligator. Like I told you, no need to apologize because them winning did all of us a favor. I mean, they did leapfrog Mateo, but
That's okay.
the summit is attainable. 4 points, y'all. 4 points.
4 points. It should only be 1 point, but we lost to Everton last week. But it is what it is.
Point is the bottle is real.
The
And let me tell
bottle
you
is
something.
there.
Let me
The
tell you
bottle-
something.
It's bottling.
You know who they have next? Leeds at away.
Oh,
Leeds away is not a joke.
no.
Leeds away, if you remember, was the beginning of the end for Maresca. Leeds is a legitimate.
He might have been the beginning of the end for himself.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, that's actually a fact. But it was the official beginning of the end, where we absolutely got destroyed. I think this is it. The pressure is starting to come to them. I think they're starting to overthink it, and I think a lot of like the shortcomings that they've been able to kind of like overtake by their set pieces and by like just random moments of brilliance and like
Technical aspects of the game.
right.
You know what's really bringing them down? Is their striker is so bad.
Gyökeres
is
the fact
horrid.
that
It's
bro,
bad.
that last he had a chance to tie it up at the end. Did you see that?
Yes.
And completely bottled the cross. It was just a gentle kick to the right. And who was it that was there? Was it Martinelli? Martinelli was maybe somebody was ready to just tap it on in, and he just booted it into the next. But that thing's probably still in the air somewhere, bro. That shit was flying.
He
It's hovering.
had a chance.
Let me read something that I saw, guys. Hold on, let me find it real quick. But some stats about Arsenal forwards right now, and they must have shown this on Sky Sports. Kayo Saka, 0 goals in the last 13 appearances in all comps. Victor Gyökeres, 0 non-penalty goals in the last 11 PL appearances. Gabriel Martinelli, 0 goals in the last 13 PL appearances. Noni Madueke, your boy, 0 goals in the last 25
My boy.
Premier League appearances. He used to be.
Thank you, Arsenal.
Andre
Thank you, Arsenal.
Trossard, 1 goal in the last 11 appearances.
And that's their best attacking player, in my opinion, is Trossard.
Yeah.
He's the best. He's been playing the best.
Mm-hmm. The raccoon.
Yeah, absolutely. And
he comes off the bench and he electrocutes, but it's not working right now. But let's get into the game. Let's talk about it because there were some wonder goals in this one.
Yeah.
Dorgu?
Mm-hmm.
Dorgu.
Bro.
That pass from Bruno Fernandes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So hold on a second.
That whole play was craziness. I don't know how.
that whole midfield was wild. Okay,
Mhm.
so I've brought it up in this podcast that I'm pretty relatively new to the modern football space, and I've always heard of Casemiro as being like this legend of Real Madrid and this legend of Man United. And Casemiro under the regime of Amorim was like, who is this guy? Like, this guy's not that impressive. This game, those passes,
Yeah.
that playmaking, amazing, incredible. I hate to admit it, up there, up there, up there. That rat,
Bruno
Bruno Fernandes, as I like to
Fernandes.
say on the online. Great. I mean, he had a couple of stinkers. He had a couple of bad passes at certain points, I believe, but he had some amazingly weighted passes. He had some flick-ons that really enabled those goals, man. Oh, beautiful, beauties. Yeah,
I
that
think
midfield was good for them.
And the
Yeah.
strike from the side. Ugh, and it just
Yeah. And how he like even like juggled out of that situation, him and Fernandez like going back and forth like with just like
Yeah.
one touch passes, and then I think he like flips it over Zubermendi's leg, and then
Mhm.
just wow. And I love goals that come in off the crossbar and it like shoots down and up
Did
and
you
then
see the
down.
text that I sent?
I love that sort of stuff.
I texted. I was like, "This is a Julius goal right here.
I
This
love
is a Julius
and
goal."
the third goal, Cunha's
Yeah.
goal was
Yes.
way
A
the fuck out there.
screamer,
I
bro.
love
It
those.
happened so fast.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
one kick by the goalie, and then all of a sudden they had all the space in the world, and I was like, "Wait a minute, he's about to BAM!" And I was like,
Yep.
"Good God, what? That was a beam."
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
just see
No,
the
amazing.
devastation on the Arsenal. Gabriel was sitting there like,
He was like, I
He was
I
like,
need
"What
to go
just-"
back to Brazil,
he was like, "What just happened?"
Real Madrid.
What just
Shit.
happened?
Here we go again. What a shame that Dorgu got injured. I think it's a hamstring injury
Yeah,
too.
it
Did
looked like
he?
he pulled his
Yeah,
hammy.
real
Mhm.
bad. I
Right
think
at
he
the
might
end?
be
Because
Yeah.
when
right
was
at
his
the
goal?
end.
It was like in the 60th, 70th
He might have
minute?
been the
Yeah.
54th minute.
54th? Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
pretty
50th
early into
minute.
the second.
Yeah.
You're right,
Yeah.
50th.
Yeah, he got injured, I
Damn.
think in the 80th minute, 81st minute. So he's probably gonna be out for 2 months, sadly.
I don't know
If
about 2
it's
months.
well, isn't
Hamstring?
a hamstring injury
Yeah,
usually
yeah,
around
no,
a
it
Maybe.
month
is
or
really
2?
bad.
I
He
mean, some
Really?
people
walked
Hope not.
off, and when he walked off, he didn't look that
The
bad, but the
Delap had
adrenaline
a
is
very
going, so.
Delap had a very similar injury at the beginning of the season, and he walked it off, and he was out for 2 months. But who knows? Who knows? Some people are different, you know? It's different, but I mean, regardless, they did their job. They did what they needed to do. Now I can go
They
back to
did.
hating on them. Now
Yeah,
I can go back to remembering. And the thing here's the craziest thing. What a random ass season. And like I always feel like in the back of my head I underestimate how important a proper coach or a proper manager is for a team, because I'm like, really, how much are you actually influencing? Like, once these people are on the field, how much are you really influencing what happens? You provide your tactics, you provide the formation, and then they just kind of go do their own thing. This game, I guess these last 2 games really,
Yeah.
because sorry, the
No,
way
when they
they
slapped
they
us,
destroyed City was insane as
listen,
well.
it was nuts.
But it really goes to show how, like, Amram was really holding them back. Amram was like the governor on a car, and they were just stuck on second gear. And these really I mean, I don't think there was a single person who I thought wasn't great.
You know what it is, and I can understand him to some extent feeling vindicated in using his system and really trying to enforce it because he had success in Portugal. But whenever these coaches, my coach included, anybody's coach, if you see that your players are not understanding the instructions, you're playing people out of position, you guys are not cohesive as a group, you have to be able to be pragmatic and be willing to change at least a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
What Carrick has done is just play people in their natural positions. The only one that's really out of position is Dorgu, but who knew he could play a winger as well.
I guess maybe he did during training because he clearly put him there.
Yeah. But like you were mentioning the midfield, Amarin was so set on having like 2 6s and then 2 10s, and then arguably one of the best 10s in the league, Bruno Fernandes, he was playing as one of the 6s, and he basically completely excluded Kobe Mainu, who in the last 2 games, as the runner next to Casemiro, has come alive. He got an assist today, and I want to say he got an assist in the game against us. It's just sometimes it just is as simple as going back to basics and playing people in position, giving them the opportunity to succeed in the place where they feel the most comfortable. I don't know. But yeah, you're right. I think Amarin definitely was a hindrance and
Yeah.
definitely wasn't doing that locker room any
Do you
favors.
think that on top of that, do you think that Carrick is also kind of letting them play more instinctually than Amorim is? Because it really feels like when I was watching them, I saw a lot of fluidity. Even for the Man City game, that meme with Cherky in the center of that passing triangle,
Yeah,
and he's just impossible to get it out. Like
they're playing like a
it
rondo around them.
exactly. It felt like they were
More free.
more free. They weren't thinking about formation. They weren't thinking about like they were basically like playing like 5-a-side back in wherever, Portugal or whatever, and just remembering the general basics, coming back to formation when you're giving up your possession or whatever, but still like you see somebody making the run, there's space behind them, flick it over. Don't
Exactly.
overthink it. Don't
Exactly.
think, oh, let me pass it to the left because then I can get more, get overtake them on possession, overtake them on like there was none of that. It was just opportunity, go finish it. And I
Exactly.
really, really like that. I really, really like that.
And they've definitely started to rely, and we saw it with the game against us, and then that first goal by Mbeumo today. Their reliance, or like them leaning into the fact that they are a counter-attacking team. That is,
Yes.
for a long time, all the pundits, half of them are former United players, have talked about the United way. I think we're starting to see what the United way actually is. I wasn't cognizant of soccer back, when United were in their heyday, but from all indications, it was that high pressing, counterattacking style with overloads, just quick turnovers, and making sure that those pacing wingers on the sides attack the box and either send in a low cross for the striker or finish themselves. And we're seeing exactly that. So maybe Carrick is just tapping into what he experienced in his own playing career. I mean, it could be less instructions, like you said. Like maybe Amarin was just overcomplicating it because he was so married to that system.
Maybe he was just trying to get fired so you get a payday.
Listen, if I could
You
get
should-
fired from my job and get like a $14 million
10 million,
payout,
yeah.
I'd take it.
yeah, I'd be knocking over a desk and doing the most
Take it.
inappropriate stuff.
Well, I will say one. Sorry, I'll say one more quick thing, and it's a little bit of a dig, but a little bit not. I'm a little bit nervous that Arsenal's success could bring on a very boring style of football that has plagued every single game that I've watched Arsenal play to date, where it's just defend, really structured, really like just flavorless, boiled chicken soccer, right?
Real
And
English.
and in the fact that they've been able to be so successful with this style of football, being really good at the most boring parts of football, which is, in my opinion, corners, sometimes set pieces, depending. But then to see this original, exciting, chaotic, countering, angry, like just rip people apart kind of football that United play today, that's what I want to see. That's the kind of football that I want to be rewarded with silverware. And I think part of why I'm a little bit like really, really hoping that Arsenal bottles it this year is because I want to see crazy
A
shots
rejection
outside.
of their style.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
I don't want to wait for 9 passes to happen so that a striker could tap it in. Like that's cool in and of itself sometimes, but if that's what you're constantly trying to do,
Yeah,
just playing it on the wings and cross it like my team, or pass it a million times and just tire out people's legs
my
like
team.
Pep ball. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I hear
Tiki
you, Pep
taka.
ball,
Yeah.
tiki taka, but like the most boring version of tiki taka, where there's no dribbling, no dribbling, just passing.
Push back a little bit. I want to say that in seasons past, they definitely were a little bit more free flowing, Arsenal, like maybe 2-3 seasons ago, but they weren't able to consistently create. I think what they're doing is exploiting something that, yeah, I mean, let's be honest, what a corner or any of these set pieces are is a high probability chance. They have made it into a science. They have some of the best attackers on set pieces. Gabriel, Marino, I mean, Rice from outside the box. You know, he
Boo.
like but the reality is they have realized something that works for them, and they've damn near perfected it. There's murals in North London of their set piece coach. So
Bro, that's
I mean,
so corny. Like
but what I'm saying
honestly,
is, ¿por qué no lo do? Why can't you have the free flowing and the set pieces? I mean, because
yeah, I get
not
that.
every
I
game
get that.
provides that
That's true.
opportunity.
They're
So you
kind of
need to
like
be able
the
to free flow.
they're kind of like the Spurs of the NBA.
The NBA is
Fund
perfect.
the Premier League or whatever you want to
Uh,
call it. The San Antonio Spurs.
San Antonio Spurs.
My
Okay,
fault.
okay.
I'm sorry. When I say
Listen.
when I say Spurs and think Spurs, I think of the San Antonio Spurs first, not Tottenham.
Got it.
Okay.
You know what's crazy is that in that clip that we posted about Tottenham, we had like 3 or 4 comments. All of them were Tottenham fans. Like,
I agree
you're
with
right.
you. You're right.
Yeah, our team sucks. Yeah. Yep.
But no, they're like that where they play fundamental, pass the ball around, find the open person. If no one's open, keep passing the ball
Recycle.
around, cut, pass. No one's open. Pass again. We're gonna keep passing until somebody's open, but it wins games.
Exactly.
And it wins championships.
Mm-hmm.
I always was like, and there are moments where it's like, oh my gosh, these passes are fantastic. But then a lot of the times you got to like, okay, guys, we just spent 24 seconds on this shot clock, just passing it around the arc, and then it just violation. Nobody scored. This is boring. So it was like, if it works, it works, even if it is boring.
Yeah. I think what you'll see is if Arteta and Arsenal don't win this league, I think there will be a more of a reliance on set pieces from all teams because they have cracked the code on something. I think so. No, I mean, the reality is those are high value opportunities. I don't think that should be your entire style, but I think that could be a part of your arsenal.
I don't know that I fully agree. I think that there is a way. I think this is like a football is cyclical situation where supposedly back in the 90s it looked very much like this. But then people kind of remembered how to defend against them. Like I feel like people are in Maresca, I think got kind of figured out how to defend set pieces a lot better. And unfortunately, I think Rosinier kind of went backwards a little bit, and we'll talk on that a little bit more. But like when it comes to these set pieces, especially with teams like Arsenal, they want 2 things. They want chaos in the box, and then they want the second ball. If you can figure out a way to negate those 2 parts of it, which is to say, don't crowd the box, don't put too many people in the box, let your goalie go out and claim the ball, which Sanchez was doing really well prior to Maresca leaving, and then have 2 or 3 people outside of the box to have the ability to claim the second balls after the fact. Because so many times on these set pieces, it's not the ball coming in, it's the ball being headed out, and then it's just Rice. Rice is just right there, ready to just knock it right in, knock it through. I think that's what we're going to see. I think that over the summer, there's probably going to be a large amount of effort put into probably both things, set pieces and defending against set pieces.
Yeah.
And so I think next season there'll be a lot of people doing set piece play, but then a lot of better defending for it. That's my guess. But
yeah, it's definitely possible.
hopefully it goes away because, well, I agree with you. I want to see both ultimately, but I think I don't like Arsenal's, and maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's just the fact that for some reasons the attack line hasn't been what they'd hope or something like
But
that.
it's like
Gyökeres, bro. I'm
over-reliance.
telling you,
It can't just be Gyökeres because like Julius just listed 4 or 5 different attackers with dreadful.
all of them.
I think Madueke hasn't scored in the Premier League. I think today was the anniversary of the last time Madueke scored a goal in the Premier League.
And you know what though? He looked good
attempting and failing at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was out. He's fast, man. He's got talent. This is not an attacking
but you
team.
gotta beat your man.
It's a defensive
you can't
team.
just be fast. Yes, exactly. I don't know. I'm just happy for it, and I believe it. Arsenal's gonna bottle it, man. It's gonna get into their head. There's so much pressure around that locker room right now. They are scared. They're freaking out. They're already thinking about how this could all go wrong. And there's 2 other teams right there ready to pounce. Ready to pounce. Yeah, knock on wood. Because man, I could see it. I could see them bottling it at least. They drew against Nottingham Forest.
When they drew,
guys, come on. We
and
forgot
at
about
the end of the game, Declan Rice is like, not again.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, over. Yep. You can't have that kind of
mentality, which is crazy.
Mentality or like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Which is a shame.
Body language.
Do like Declan Rice quite a lot as a player and as a
so
person,
do I.
Which is a shame because I'm like, damn, I wish you weren't wearing that red.
Yeah, and he's probably their future captain. But if your future captain is giving off that energy, and he's as frustrated as anybody else. He came to be one of the final pieces.
I've noticed that a lot about them. When they're not playing well, you can see it in every single, except for maybe Gabriel.
Yeah,
you can see it. Yeah. You can see it in all their body language, how they're standing and how their faces look, that they've given up, or they're like, this isn't, we're just going to try and go for this draw. They're like, they're done. And I'm just like, dude,
I never feel any intensity with that team either. Even when they're at their best, you're right. They go from middle, and as soon as they feel like they're losing, they just go to almost 0. But they never have intensity. There's not a single game where I remember, maybe the Tottenham game, where
and against us the second time.
And last season they whooped our ass, and they were. It was like a revenge mission, but I understand what you mean. Yeah,
so was ours.
Yeah. Majority of the time, I feel like they're just idling. Like I don't know. It's just I just like to see really intense, high octane, high scoring, which doesn't necessarily mean a good thing. But like I like to see good games, and Arsenal games have been boring.
But we'll see, because what's the old saying? Attack wins games, but defense wins titles. Yeah. So them having that phenomenal defense. They have like 8 defenders on the payroll, or like 8 center backs. But we'll see. Well, because at this point, it's coming down to more of a mentality issue. But if they can lock in, how many times have we said it? It's early in the season. At this point, we're past the midway point.
Time's clicking.
We're past the midway point.
And counts now.
There was a point where they had like a 9-point gap. It shrunk.
And when they were on that streak and they were playing everybody, you could see that they believed that they were better than everybody else. They played exactly like that, but then they got that one draw, and then it was like, okay, well, we're still up by 7, and then another draw, and they're like, man, I don't know. And now they lose, and now it's like their mental capacity is about to go down, because you know what's in their head now? We're about to bottle this again. We're about to do it again for the 3rd time in a row, or however many times it's been. So that's in the back of their head,
bro. It's ridiculous.
They can overcome that, I'll be impressed, because today was not good. At the end of the game, they gave up. They were like, that goal was just, I texted y'all, it took their heart and soul. It took their heart and soul. So,
sorry.
We'll see.
Great game. Great week of soccer in general. Honestly,
all of our teams won.
All of our teams won.
Yeah,
guys, come on.
Guys,
thank God, right?
Thank
It's all sunny now, right? It's nothing but better. This feels like
I had a tough week last week.
Yeah,
man.
wow. It feels like that moment in a movie, right, where it's like it's really chaotic, and then all of a sudden things are like happy again.
It's all gonna work out.
Just because at the very end the worst part of it hits you. It's like all of a sudden you're like talking to a character, like a side character, and you start to really like them, and you know that that's the character that's about to die. That's what it feels like right
now. Why?
Yeah, man.
I saw that there was a red card in your guys' game, Mateo.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Crystal Palace, Chelsea. It was
right
a good
at
game.
the end.
I was really happy, man. I was really happy. I'm just glad that we had a game where it wasn't my team with the red card. Okay. I think
Caicedo,
knock on wood, Caicedo had a yellow early on, and somehow
it made another foul and got away with it.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Exactly. We got a little lucky, but honestly, I mean, look, were there a bunch of bonehead moments? Yeah. Did Badiashile almost cause us to get scored on? Yes. Do we know that defensively we're weak, even though statistically it looks like we're kind of not that bad? But every time I watch this team, I'm just scared for our lives. Yeah, of course. But ultimately, Aston Villas scored a beautiful, literally almost the exact same goal that United scored, which was like oh no, I'm sorry, that was Joao Pedro that scored, where it was like a flick on just in front of him, space, and then he finished it. Love that, Joao Pedro. Finally, we're seeing some brilliance. This is the second game in a row that he's scoring. I'm hoping this means that we have Club World Cup Joao Pedro. That made me fall in love with this team.
Is it a purple patch?
Looking great. Look, I hope it's the purplest patch. I hope this patch takes us all the way. I hope it takes us all the way to the very end of the season. I hope this means that we're gonna destroy Napoli on Wednesday, and I hope this means that we're gonna absolutely annihilate Arsenal, and remove one piece of silverware.
Inshallah.
Yes, sir. But man, was it a great game. It was a great game. I saw a lot of really good play. I really like the Rossinier. So look, I don't want to get excited. I feel like in the back of my head, I have those two games as the games where Rossinier will actually win me fully over. Like I support him as a coach. I think he's doing a good job so far, but it could be like early goal or early new coach honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I think if we see a really good no, screw that. I want to see a win for Napoli. We have to win Napoli, and I want to see us win against Arsenal, or at a minimum take it to like penalties. Like I want to see us so much more dominant in that game than we did in the first leg of the FL Cup against Arsenal. If I see those two things, then I'm like fully on board. Rossinier was a good idea. Maybe Clear Lake wasn't that bad. Maybe they knew what they were doing. Maybe not that much. Let me back it up a little bit. But yeah, man. What is this? 3 games in a row, 4 out of 5 games won.
4 out of 5, yeah. That's crazy. That's
really good
impressive
so far. Yeah. Honestly,
pretty big turnaround.
And all of this with reasonable and decent rotations, with center backs that normally would give me the heebie-jeebies, like Tosin and well,
Tosin!
I feel bad because Tosin's injured, so I don't want to rag on him too much.
Oh my God!
But Tosin and Badiashile have featured more often. Fofana has been able to rotate through. Like everybody's been able to rotate, and
Hato
somehow
got some minutes today.
Hato was played brilliantly against who was it that he played? He was started on.
Did he come in as a center back or as like a left back?
Left back for Cucurella, because I think Cucurella was out for one of those games.
Okay.
So I'm loving the fact that he's been able to get results while rotating, which is important because we've had a lot of injuries. We've been able to see Estival play a little bit more. I saw a little bit of Gittins during this game, which he didn't look that good, but he needs minutes. And I'm loving Caicedo and Santos in the midfield. That double
Together.
pivot looks really good. Now Caicedo didn't have one of his like vintage games, but he looked really, really good. He definitely made a difference. He was robust in that field. Santos as well. I'm loving that pairing right now.
Yeah.
Dude, overall,
You got
really
two
happy.
Bulldogs.
Two Bulldogs, man. Two Bulldogs. Try to get through our midfield. I dare you. No, I'm kidding.
without somebody getting a red card, I don't know
Without
if it's
getting
possible,
a red
y'all.
card. I know.
Listen.
But listen, one yellow for the whole.
Stops
was
attacks.
it one yellow? Sorry, 2 yellows. 2 yellows. Hey, that's an improvement. That's an improvement.
I'll take it.
We had the least yellows out of the two teams, so I'll take it. It's an improvement behaviorally. Come on, little baby steps. No, I was really, really happy. I will say though, the one thing that's I'm very confused by are these penalty or these handball calls.
Bro, thank you for bringing it up.
I don't understand. What is the rule ultimately? What is your definition of the rule? Each of you go first.
When you intentionally touch the ball, trying to stop a score or a shot from going in.
Yeah.
And if I'm falling and I stick my hands out to catch myself and the ball just happens to hit my hands,
which happened in the United game?
It happened today, yeah. It happened today.
Yep.
Yeah, it did.
You
In
got
our
the
game
United
too,
game.
I think. No.
Oh, really?
I don't know. No, just in the United game. But yeah, last week though, against Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, that dude kind of scooped it a little bit. A little bit.
Or even Wolves City.
That's what I was gonna say. And the only thing I'll add to your definition, James, is what the vernacular that they keep using when the commentators are talking about the VAR decision, and once the referee actually starts talking to the crowd, is natural or unnatural position. Now, like you said, if you're catching yourself and you're in a natural position where you're just trying to keep yourself up, it shouldn't count against you. But if it's in an unnatural position where you're basically your hands aren't tied to your side and your hands are up in a way to impede the goal, it should be called as a penalty without a doubt. Both.
Do you think that? Oh, God, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you think that, for example, the that Wolves City handball? Do you think that was natural position because technically he had his arms out?
Yeah.
But he didn't move them in order to get contact with the ball. It was kicked onto his arms, right?
Yeah.
So that's still kind of natural position. Like he wasn't intending to touch it.
But it blows my mind because in the explanation for that one, he said it was in a natural position, so we're not going to call it a penalty. In this game today, he said the same exact thing. It was in a natural position. So because of that, we're going to give the penalty, but he's only going to get a yellow card.
He called it an accidental handball. And I was looking into it a little bit more. Apparently, the logic behind that one is that it was technically not considered. Okay, I'm going to butcher this, but it was a handball plus it was impeding a goal scoring opportunity at the same time. So
and how is that not a red card though?
Right. So because it was an accidental impeding of a goal scoring opportunity,
that shouldn't matter.
With a handball, it was only a yellow, which doesn't make any sense. Like I get the idea. I get that it was going to like had he not been there and had he not hit it with his arm, that ball goes into the net.
Yeah.
Right? But because he was there and it did hit his arm, I don't know. It became really convoluted. Even the way he explained it during the game made me think that like there was no penalty, but then he said penalty, and I was like, huh?
That's my thing. It's just there's no consistency with these calls. And this is the second time within like 3 weeks because there was also that offside decision in the EFL Cup, and then in the very next game against you guys, Arsenal
Yeah.
did the same exact thing and then got the goal. So
inside of
it's
the
just
goalie, inside the net. Yeah.
it's infuriating. I mean, it just doesn't seem like there's any sort of consistent understanding of the rules. They'll send them to the VAR, to like the actual booth, and 9 times out of 10 that usually means that they're going to overturn the on-field decision. And I think there is a pride element to this where sometimes the referee on field doesn't want to look bad by being like, okay, I was wrong. But it's just, we need to have consistent rules. I don't know if there needs to be a reform on refereeing, because this VAR is supposed to make things easier and less controversial. And it's becoming more controversial because there's no consistency with how they call any of these games.
That being said, though, I don't think a lot of people have been kind of on the opinion of getting rid of VAR altogether again. And I don't think that it's really warranted. I really truly
No.
think it's one of those things where you have to make a call. First of all, you have to make a call rapidly. Like, it can't take
Yeah.
forever, right? And then you have to fully explain to on site clearly where, like, which, like, don't tell me what your opinion is. Tell me what verbiage in the rule book did it violate, and then post that up on the board. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
don't give me your reason why you don't think it is. Show me why it's not, because, and then up on the screen it's bum bum bum. So if it's omission of a goal scoring opportunity or whatever, show me in the verbiage that says if a hand hits the ball as it has to be written in print, and you have to show it in the moment, even if it sounds like, you're in a courtroom, because you kind of are. Like, if you're making a decision, you have to explain to the court, which is the fans and the teams and the coaches and all that stuff, why you are making that decision and why it supports the verbiage it's written in the handbook or whatever ruling element they have, the constitution of the Premier League, whatever.
And it pisses me off is that when they realize that they fucked up, and then the next day PGMOL will put out a statement. We're not going to give you any points for fucking up, but we're sorry.
We're sorry.
Yeah, what does that do? You should lose your job, or you should be under review. I'm sorry.
Whoa, hold on, relax, calm down, guys. It's just a game. It's just a game. Maybe it's like they get a yellow card. You know what I mean? And then if they get like 5 yellow cards, suspended.
That's fine.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, there should be a point system. I think there might be something like that.
If
like
they entered 15 on the season, you're fired.
You're going to Portugal,
or you
guys.
you get demoted to the championship.
There you go.
Yeah.
National League.
Yeah.
Send them down.
No, I agree with you. Consistency is key, but guys, we all won.
Yes,
we did win.
James, how was your game? I didn't get to catch that game, but I saw it was Newcastle at home, which is
it was very tough.
St. James Park is not easy.
They were very physical, Newcastle, as they always are. They were hammering our forwards. Watkins was getting very upset. There was a couple of times where he got hit, went to ground, and the ref was looking straight at it and was just like, "Get up." And I was like, damn, whoopsie. It was right outside the box, dude. Can I get a call? Nope. They was like, oh, well, keep going. And they was getting frustrated. Billy. But Buendia's goal.
Yes, I did see that.
Great shot.
Looper. Yeah.
Oh, Looper. Bro, he's had some great shots from outside the box this season.
He's your cheat code, honestly.
He is.
I feel like Morgan Rogers was kicking on really hard at the beginning of the season, and then it's kind of flipped to Buendia.
Yep, they started when they I think it was after the Arsenal game when they really started him in the starting 11, and due to some injuries that we've been having. And he's been pretty good. He's been really good. He makes good passes.
Clutch.
He tracks back on defense when he can. He tries to make plays all the time, and he's not afraid to shoot the ball from it wherever he is, and he thinks he can make it. He loves some free kicks too. When Morgan Rogers doesn't take it, he'll take it, and sometimes he makes it. So he's been a very nice surprise this season. So, and then I was getting frustrated with my boy Ollie Watkins until he had that header. It was a nice header, by the way. He was going like right and he headed it left, like back behind the goalie.
Across the goalkeeper.
Yeah, across somewhere. Like he might have went through his legs or something like that. But it was nice. It was good crossing. I think by Luca Digne, maybe. Can't remember. But I was like, dude, we need to get Malin back or something because he was not looking too good. His body language was not great because he was getting beat up a little bit out there. He couldn't get a good handle on the ball. He lost it quite a few times trying to get into scoring position. He has been losing it quite a bit these last few weeks. I don't know. Hasn't been the greatest season for him, but he's got, I want to say 9 goals. So not too bad, but for the starting striker, I feel like you might need a little bit more than that. You need more than that. But with Abraham coming in, it hasn't been official yet, but once he comes in, maybe he'll leave some of that stress that Danielle Malin used to back in 4 games ago.
And I think you guys are also, you guys had a player called Leon Bailey.
Leon Bailey came in at the 65th minute.
He came on today. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he came on today. Yeah, he came. I think he got there like yesterday or like 2 days ago too.
I think he was on loan to a different team, and then
he was on loan to Roma. The other Roma. The other Roma. No, the other one. I think there's another one. No, wait.
Wait, what? Maybe. I don't know.
No, because that doesn't make sense.
Let me see.
You loan out your striker to Roma just to bring back another player from Roma? I don't know that.
Maybe.
It was either Roma or a different team. Oh, wait, yeah, you're right, Roma.
Really? So basically,
we
they
traded
were like,
players.
Let me get that back, and we'll just give you this guy instead.
Yeah, that's exactly
crazy.
What happened. But yeah, he didn't really do too much.
No,
I mean, he just got there. He looked okay. He did have a good chance to score on goal, but he didn't get the shot off. He got a long pass, I want to say, from Matty Cash down the right side. No, did Matty Cash play today? He did. Well, I don't know if he made the pass, but he got a long pass. He cut in underneath the defender, but he lost it right when he got into the box, and they kicked it out. There was a lot of that going on. We'd get into the box, and they'd come in and poke the ball loose or whatever. But we still got the dub. And Tyrone Mings is back. He was apparently the captain, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, or 3 years ago, maybe.
Was it this season that he like in the first game he tore his ACL? It was last season?
I think it was last season. Then? He messed up. He tore like a hamstring or something.
Yeah.
And he finally came. He started on Thursday or Wednesday in the Europa League
against Fenerbahce.
Against Fenerbahce. And he played pretty good in that game. And he came in in relief of Pau Torres.
Okay.
Who hasn't looked the greatest the last few weeks. And he played pretty good too. Him and Kanza, I think they've been playing together for a very long time. So they were looking pretty good together. He's pretty good. I think he might have a chance. I think that's why a couple of weeks back they were thinking about selling Pau Torres or putting him on loan, because there was a rumor that Pau Torres might go to, I think it was Barcelona or Real, I can't remember, but they were interested in him. And I think that's why they were Villa was considering it, because Tyrone Mings was coming back. But I don't know, he looked good. But I think the man of the match was definitely Emi Martinez. He had the clean sheet. He was stats. I think I forgot, it was the header. Saves. The header from, I forgot what forward.
Leaning all the way back.
And he leaned back.
Get that
and tipped it over the bar. I was like, whoo. I don't know how he got to that, because that was a perfectly headed ball. It was going to go up and over, but he got to it. And I was like, he had a few more saves. So he was definitely the man of the match. He was the reason we won today, if I had to guess, because they had like 16 shots on goal. So
damn.
Yeah. So, or they had 16 shots. He defended a heck of a lot of them. So yeah, we definitely needed these last 2 wins after that loss to Everton, because that was a very poor performance, no energy whatsoever, and it reflected the match. They reflected Unai Emery's post game. He was much more happy this time around.
I really appreciate that he shows his emotions on those interviews, because I get a little tired. I sometimes I don't want my coach to be an HR manager. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want this like soft-spoken corporate speak. Like, sometimes I want you to be pissed off because
we went out there and we gave it our best.
Yeah, like I want
good job, team.
I don't want that. I wanted you to be like, I'm fucking pissed. I want to see that shit in your face, because like, I know that you're gonna, like, you have the passion and you're gonna go try to make it better.
He shoved Tielemans in that Everton loss. When Tielemans got off the pitch, they got into it like a little, like, not screaming match, but they would have words, and they shoved them back towards the. They didn't fight, but he like shoved them back towards the chairs. Like, man, go to sit down.
Sit your ass down. But Mateo, let's be honest, you love reality TV, so you just want some reality TV.
Listen,
with your coaches, is what you're trying to say?
Yes. First of
all, want some hair pulling.
First of all,
like
if you think that football is not reality TV, you're deluding yourself. This is the most dramatic, crazy, like, it is throwing drink in your face kind of level of crazy every single week, brother. Every single week. Speaking of which, the craziest of all, Man City this week win at Wolves. Thank God. Good,
yes,
good
we
for
did.
You guys. But we gotta talk about Bodo Glimt.
We can talk about it all.
Whoa, that was
crazy.
We
talk about it?
That was crazy.
You know, I woke up and no. You know what's crazy is that we were all having a good old time talking about our wins this week, but we didn't talk about shit.
You brought up reality TV, and so I had to shit stir, brother.
It's my turn. Listen, guys, I'm gonna be very honest.
Talk about it, man. Talk about the win.
I'm gonna be very honest. I told you already. Last week was a tough fucking week. First off, having to accept the fact that we got handled easily by Man United.
Which hey, to be fair, they're on their streak. They're hot.
Apparently.
They're hot. So that one is understandable.
I'm just glad that they did that Man United way didn't disappear against Arsenal. So, if they want to finish in the Champions League spots but not threaten anybody else, that's okay. That's okay. They can keep playing the Man United way. But yeah, Bodo Glimt was a shambles, my friends. I mean, it's over in Norway, so Holland looked so happy in the beginning. He was saying hi to all his friends.
He was like, I get to eat my pickled herrings and my
He was like, oh,
different
my
creams.
Friend, where we go? Yeah, it was a lot of that, and then just we got sucker punched like twice by that same guy. James, you said his name is like Warts.
Yeah, Warts. That's all I remember.
Casper Warts Hog.
Brother. I was like, who is this Warts guy?
Yeah. I had to look up because I was like, you mean Hogue who fucked us up twice, or how, whatever the fuck? But dude, he sucker punched us like twice and very nearly got us like a third time. Like, he almost got a hat trick like 3 times.
Yeah, he did.
It was a tough game, and the reality is it's the same it was the same game plan as the Man United game, where we got exploited on the counterattack.
Yeah.
They were able to get in behind. I think Elaine was still playing right now. And I think I said this last episode, and I'm going to stand by it, especially based off of what we saw today. I could not be happier with the fact that my team recognized that there is clearly an issue having this, mini injury. Well, it's not really mini, but this injury crisis with all the defenders. And going out and getting not just a defender, but a leader. And, we were exposed last week. This week, it felt different. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Because immediately Mark Gahey communicating with everybody, there was plenty of times where I saw him doing this, saying, calm the fuck down. we got this. And I was impressed with some of the long passes that he did. He almost set up Semenyo for like it was before he scored eventually. But
I think he's top in the league for assist or forward
from
passes
defenders?
or something like that. Yes. Yeah.
See,
yeah.
okay, like I'll be very transparent. I definitely watch Crystal Palace when they're playing some of the bigger teams, or if it's like a tasty matchup, but I'm not watching them consistently. So
No, I was
took
just
me,
looking at his stats because when
yeah,
Chelsea was looking for a center
true.
back, I was like,
You were doing your market
drooling.
research.
I was like drooling at the possibility, and I was like, this is never gonna happen. But look at all this green. Ooh, 99th percentile, 99th percentile. Ooh la
Look at
la.
this passing map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Gahey is him.
Quality, and definitely a leader in the back line that as of right now, I mean, until we get Ruben Diaz back, which I think it's a hamstring issue as well, so it might be a little while, but like maybe a month or two. Vardiol's out for the season. Kusanov wasn't really playing much until he got thrown in with Elaine, which going back to the Bodo Glimt game, and he got exposed, and he was at fault for maybe the third goal or the second one. There was a terrible back pass, and I don't want to be too harsh on him because he could be one of those defenders, or like one of those talents that just takes time to bed in. Let's not forget that he was on loan with, who was it? It was a championship team. He was in Watford like 3 weeks ago. Brought in and did a job for a couple games. Clearly, he's not the finished article. The kid's like 19 or 20. So, it was unfortunate that we got exposed, and it does bother me because, while definitely last week I was very dejected and feeling like the title was, or like the Prem is probably out of reach. Now, who knows? Thanks to our friends on the other side of Manchester.
2 games.
Yeah, literally 2 games. But it kind of puts our qualification for the next part of the Champions League into question. So it was unfortunate that he got exposed again. But Mark Gahey coming in, and him and Kusanov together looked great. And him on the left-hand side next to Nico O'Reilly, they mentioned it several times during the broadcast, very well could be the left-hand side of the defense for England in the World Cup.
You saw that save where they like high-fived at the end, and they
were celebrating like they had
beautiful.
scored.
Yeah.
They were celebrating like they had scored, and I like that. And I've seen that sort of like warrior mentality from defenders before. Ruben Diaz back in the day, definitely Johnny Stones.
The opposite of Van Dijk this season. We can talk about that later.
Yeah, that's another thing we could talk about. But just real quick, we gave Haaland some rest finally. I'm glad that Marmoush came back and
looked good.
Wasn't doing dick at the beginning of the season. Wasn't doing anything at the beginning of the season. But that cross from Mateus Nunes, bro, I said it last week again. Seeing Rico Lewis back on the side, and I like Rico Lewis, but seeing Rico Lewis back on the side gave me a newfound appreciation for how much progress we've seen from Mateus Nunes. And then that pinpoint cross straight to Marmoush, and it was weird how Marmoush scored as well. It was in traffic, but instead of like hitting it with like the side, he literally hit it with the bottom of his foot, like he slapped it.
He like karate and it went in.
Yep. And it was early in the game. Set the tone really nice. I'm going to temper all this by saying it was Wolves who...
Well, no. Wolves was technically undefeated for the year. I think they literally drew or had their first win in January. So they were on the up. They're
20th in the table. I appreciate you trying to make me feel better, but I'm telling you,
they've lost 17 games. What are you talking about? They're undefeated.
No. Hold on a second. Undefeated for the year. Starting in January. That's what I said.
Oh, for January. Okay, yeah, that's right. We're in 26 now. We're in the future. Anyways.
Sorry. I didn't mean to be
an
asshole.
Tempering all that by saying that it is Wolves, but we see teams at the top of the table dropping points to what we would consider lesser teams. So the fact that my team went out there, got the job done, Semenyo bagged another goal, which was beautiful as well. I think it was an assist from Bernardo, who set up the first goal, kind of, because he had passed Nunez, and then Nunez brought it into Marmouche. But yeah, it was great. Semenyo, I feel vindicated in saying that I think so far he's the signing of January. I wonder if there's going to be much more business in this window, because I mean,
I think it's almost over. I think next week is the last week, so there might be a few Hail
5
Marys.
days.
But Semenyo, I am very, very happy with him. I'm glad Marmouche is back and can give Holland some rest. Holland came on in like the 60th or 70th minute, didn't do much again, but hopefully our Viking will hit that purple patch just like João Pedro, and it'll be glorious. But
let's hope not.
Until then, well, you better hope not. But it's coming. It's coming. I feel it.
I have nightmares that Arsenal will bottle this, and me and your teams are going to stay level up until the last game of the season, and we play each other. Yeah. I have nightmares about that happening for real. I'm like, no, please.
The level of shit talking.
The amount my heart can take it.
James, sometimes
my heart can't take it.
James, sometimes it feels like you watch more Man City games than you watch Aston Villa games. I'm gonna be feeling it if we win it on the last day like that. That'd be crazy,
bro.
But if you win, at least Arsenal did it, and congratulations.
In reality, we all know Chelsea's gonna win it all.
That's a realm of possibility.
I actually haven't watched a Man City game in a while. I just pay attention to it on the app usually. That's how I was like, who is this Wirtz guy? Because I was at work on the FOTMob like,
oh, that's fair. Yeah, they would have said his name there. Yeah. Okay, all right.
But I do try and catch the highlights so I can know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, love it.
Yep. All right, guys. It has been a very interesting Premier League season. I've heard a lot of people be like, this is terrible. This is terrible play and all that. I'm like, whatever.
Those are Liverpool fans.
Exactly. Let us know in the comments what you think about this season's, how it's been going so far. Because from what I understand, it's different. It's been different. So we will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace. Subscribe, comment, like, all that stuff.
I don't care. Live your life. Go outside. Read a book.
And we're at 80,
take care of your kids. Pet with your pets.
We're at 80 followers.
Hey, let's do it.